Und los geht's. Die Katze schmeißt im Hintergrund die Hälfte von meinem Schreibtisch runter. Danke sehr. Also wir hatten ja hier dieses Mini-Dings da gefunden, wo Gift drauf war, warum auch immer. Und hier war die Figur, die irgendwo hin zeigt. Und... Was? Hier war ein Brief. Postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Stimmt, das habe ich auch schon wieder vergessen. Aber ich glaube, wir haben das auch als Court Detail. Appears to have been opened once and resealed. Aha. Ich denke, den Schreibtisch haben wir dann fertig untersucht. Deswegen ist wahrscheinlich jetzt auch hier so ein Haken. Was haben wir denn da noch? Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Prost, falls irgendjemand sich auch was gönnt. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Ist auch ein Bier, ja dann. Hier. Kling! Haben wir jetzt alles hier? Ich sehe mir gar nichts mehr. Wieso denn jetzt der Onkel Simon? Ich meine, trifft nicht auf alle zu, aber ja, solche Künstler gibt es auch. Da hast du recht, Christian. Hast du noch was zu erzählen? Oder können wir jetzt einfach einen Move machen? Ich glaube, ich sehe sonst nichts. Ich mal, wollte Simon Bulli hier gebulliert. Es ist ja, hi. Moment, vielleicht können wir ja das noch präsentieren, was wir da gefunden haben. Emma, about this. Oh, that. Yes, why, that's a bright red envelope. She sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it, after all. Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open? Ha, please, I would have steamed it open. But you did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning. You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. A little praise. Something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So basically it lets you see inside things, like envelopes. That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo. What are you doing? Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing at me any more and my fall out. Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. You set the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layout view of the envelope. Layout view? You've got it set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn the dial there with the directional keys für mich, would you? Ich turne aber gerade gar nichts. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something. See, that's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer. Das können wir bestimmt irgendwann bei diesem Bild benutzen, das aussieht, als wäre das übergemalt worden. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit if you would. Rubbing? Like going over the image with while holding space? There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it. We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. Big winner. Oh. Turn the dial. Ooh. Fehlt noch irgendwas? Ich finde, das sieht eigentlich ziemlich fertig aus. Ah, hier fehlt noch was. Okay, let's print this one out. Kerotane aus MGS3. Das sagt mir gar nichts mehr. Woohoo, I'm a big winner! See, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? So viel zu my lips are sealed. Noch kann man nichts erkennen. Das könnte Deer sein oder so. Oh. Drew? Wesker? Nein. Das geht in die falsche Richtung. Mr. Drew Misham. I've deposited the $100,000. Uh-oh. In the designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer. Uh-oh. Na, das stand da jetzt wohl nicht. Okay, let's print this one out. Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? His paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're going to read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. Here goes with the second page then. Ich habe langsam das Gefühl, der Misham war irgendwie in illegale Sachen verwickelt. Okay, da kann ich jetzt noch nichts von ableiten. Sign this paper and sign the paper and send it in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy, though? And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma? Well, indeed. Ich habe gerade eine Idee, aber die sage ich jetzt nicht, weil die würde vielleicht voll krass viel spoilern, wenn das wirklich stimmt. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face. But what was his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Freelance journalist Spark Brushel. Brushel? He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valen Grammary by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. So he's out interviewing Valen Grammary. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Colosseum again sooner than I thought. Oh. Wäre doch irgendwie geil, wenn das jetzt, wie hieß er denn noch? Ja, ich habe auch vorhin gedacht, das könnte ja auch noch andere geben. Wie hieß denn noch dieser Dödel aus Teil 1 bis 3? Larry? Butz? Wäre witzig, wenn das jetzt Spark Brushel wäre, aber ich glaube, der kommt in dem Teil hier nicht vor. Gut, ich denke mal, dann haben wir jetzt alles hier. Gehen wir halt mal hier hin. Oh. Nicht vergessen, verdrängen. Woohoo, this is it, Apollo, the place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. That's a gute Antwort. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valant. What about the case? Wow. Only a performer laughs like that.
The young Miss Trucy. How often I hope we meet again only to tell myself it was an impossible dream.
Ich dachte, wir haben uns neulich erst getroffen. Teehee, Uncle Valant, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are.
Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits.
Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I shall perform.
Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture.
The world will watch in wonderment as magnificent illusions are reborn, here on stage by my hand.
Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammary Miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Jetzt steht hier gar nicht mehr, wie lange. War der nicht auch vor 7 Jahren geschrieben worden? Das stand vorher noch da, dachte ich. Jetzt steht es leider nicht mehr da. Ich glaube, das war auch mit vor 7 Jahren. Da besteht doch direkt irgendein Zusammenhang, wenn. Is it true that the Grammary Mirror is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Grammary, if that terrible thing hadn't.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valen Grammary, would have been proud to stand upon the stage as his assistant.
Hat und Trucy's Panty nochmal geklaut, genau. Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnificent Illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? Magnifi Gramarye.
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifi Gramarye, was a true deity among magicians, a creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience. He did what? Ein Spektakel wäre das ja schon, Christian. Nur vielleicht nicht das, wofür die Leute bezahlt haben. And then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished. You think?
For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Gramarye, true secrets it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks to the nameless masses. How can I help you?
Hey, that's your nameless face. The world was... Oh, hello? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land.
Na, da bin ich ja jetzt tatsächlich mal gespannt. I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years.
Also wieso denn, was für ein Gesetz könnte denn,
But no more.
7 years? That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Uh-huh. Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea, a trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property and as such was protected by property laws.
Intellectual property, maybe? Es war illegal, Leute in Säure aufzugeben.
Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will to one person.
You mean him?
Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gramarye was the inheritor of the Gramarye miracle.
Daddy?
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago.
I think I see where this story is going.
Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time,
they're considered legally deceased, correct?
In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years. Yes, Miss Trucy, though it pains me to say it.
Ey, aber wenn ihr Vater nur verschwunden ist, dann könnte er ja noch leben.
This past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifi passed to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently. Daddy. Ich hoffe, das waren nicht die letzten Worte. You know, I thought this at the time of the Governor's concert too, but this Coliseum is just way too big. It's huge. It's got a big sounding name too. Sunshine Coliseum, was it?
Would you like to hear what the grand finale of the show in 3 days will be?
What, really? Yeah.
The grand finale will be nothing other than...
Don't tell me you're going to make the Coliseum disappear, right? Oh, oops. Looks like it was right. Apollo, I can't believe you'd use your power of perception to something like this. It was just a wild guess, really.
Zombie.
Look, Apollo, a balloon, a hot air balloon, with a Gramarye seal on it, no less.
Well, this is a long-awaited revival after all, and it's been 7 years, you know. I've spent plenty of time and a pretty penny on promotion.
I hope it's a huge success, Uncle Val.
Oh, I intend for it to be nothing less, I assure you.
They both sure seem excited about it. I guess it's a big deal for magicians. Hey, the creature there. He was handing out balloons during our last case, too. He's not a creature, Apollo. Poor guy. Oh, sorry. Was that mean somehow? You know how hot it is inside one of those suits? He's stuck in there with only the smell of his own sweat to keep him company. On the verge of passing out, he hands out each balloon as though it were his last. Kinda takes the fun out of seeing the blue badger, if you ask me. They've changed the sign since our last case. It was all governors back then, wasn't it? I hope nothing bizarre and mysterious happens this time.
But it shall. Why, the show itself will be bizarre and mysterious, I assure you.
I don't have a problem with mystery as long as it's legal. I don't think lawyers and magicians were really meant to have conversations like this. Okay. Mal noch was wir dem präsentieren können. So, a journalist was here in the story.
All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit its mysteries to paper.
His name was Brushel.
Brushel, 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 Brushel.
I think he remembers him. He doesn't look too happy about it, though.
Brushel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles.
Yes. Could you tell us more about him? What did he want? Ich habe jetzt schon das Gefühl, dass dieser Brushel voll Dödel wird.
A man by that name called me on me just now.
Just now?
Valen's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valen's feet step always forward. That is all.
That's all? Very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes. I wanted someone to cover it. Yet he had ears only for that incident.
That incident?
In any case, I requested that the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Gramarye.
Uncle Fellows, do you know where the reporter went?
I recommended he visit that place popular with penalized perpetrators.
The detention center.
He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure. He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear apart him.
Oh, here comes Apollo. Uncle Fellows' big magic trick. Is he going to fix the card? Not sure that qualifies as big magic. What happened to the big magic?
Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped?
You must have really not liked that journalist. Ah, toll, dankeschön. Jetzt hat er die doofe Karte zerrissen.
A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me.
No thanks. All magicians like this. Apollo, what was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. Ja, den Eindruck hatte ich auch irgendwie. Okay, ist dasselbe. War da noch irgendwas, was man ihm zeigen könnte? Ich glaube irgendwie nicht. Vielleicht das Ticket mal, das wir von ihm bekommen haben. Können wir mal fragen, ob wir das nicht nächstes Mal kostenlos kriegen können. Na gut. October 7th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Oh, you here to see Vera Bisham?
Yes, that's right.
She's in the medical office at the moment.
Medical office? Is she okay?
She's just lying down. Said she didn't feel so good. I'm sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment.
Most annoying client ever. Guess we should come back. Aber hieß es nicht, wir sollten... Hab ich das falsch gelesen? Ich dachte, wir sollten hier hinkommen. Ist aber noch nicht da. Was bist du denn hier? Ah, presenting, are we? I did my fair share of that back in the day. Showed my attorney's badge a lot, too. He may look cool and calm now, but you should have seen him before.
You know me too well, Trucy.
I'm glad I provided this opportunity for a little family bonding. Hier, guck mal. Ja. So, das sonst noch irgendwas zu sagen? Vielleicht zum Gift? Auch nicht. Ja gut, das ist eine große Hilfe. Konnten wir hier noch reingehen? Nee. Aber wir haben doch sonst jetzt gar nichts mehr. The same old security guard is glaring at us. He winked. Maybe he's not such a bad guy after all. The security camera stares down from the ceiling, all-seeing, unblinking. Not that I'm nervous or anything. Ja gut, hier ist jetzt halt offenbar nix. Aber hier eigentlich auch nicht mehr. Wie Kagami. Ich weiß nicht, zeige ich ihm mal, was ich sonst alles noch habe. Habe ich nur gar nicht mir gemerkt, was ich ihm schon gezeigt habe. Ja, der ist jetzt Magician geworden. Hallo. Ja, cool. Da hängen wir jetzt direkt fest, oder wie? Wir haben ja gerade nicht viele Orte, wo wir hin können. Und, habe ich vorhin schon gemacht, da hat er auch nichts zu gesagt. Wir haben ja eigentlich nur ein paar Orte gerade. Zu Hause, Kolosseum, das Studio und Detention Center. Und was Valant gerade gesagt hat, wegen Brushel war ja, der ist beim Detention Center. Dann gehe ich da hin und dann ist da einfach nichts. I was wondering if you could tell me about this.
What? There's the Grabbery seal.
Natürlich das letzte, was ich mir noch nicht gezeigt hatte, ne? Uncle Valant, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy?
My father's that grab it? No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy...
Das für eine Reaktion. Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit.
The signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Gramery.
What? Daddy signed this?
Might I be so bold as to open it?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What is in this envelope, I wonder?
Now the time has come when I must return to make my prestidigitation preparations. When you leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valant.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle.
What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valant react like that to this envelope? I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit. Ja, dann hoffe ich, dass es diesmal auch was wird.